Hello, this is Terry Pugh. This video will show you how to implement random sampling in Tableau Desktop using versions 10.5, 2019.2, and 2020.1. First, we're going to take a look at the data set of 100 records from which we want to generate a report. As you can see in the title bar, we're working with version 10.5. Here's the data set of 100 records. I'm going to navigate over to version 2019.2. Again, the same 100 records because we're connected to the same underlying database. And finally, we're working in version 2020.1. Again, the same 100 records. All right. Second, we will build a simple report containing the same data. I've numbered each string as you can see here, so it's easy to verify that records are randomly sampled. So here in version 10.5, I'm going to go to the random sampling worksheet. Here in the data window, I'm going to multi-select ID and string, drag them both to the rows shelf, building a simple report of 100 records. I'm going to repeat this same process. 2019.2. I'm going to navigate to the random sampling worksheet, multi-select ID and string, drag them to the rows shelf, again building a very simple report of the 100 records. Finally, we're going to go over here to version 2020.1. Once again, I'm going to navigate to Random Sampling Worksheet, multi-select ID and string, and I'm going to drag them to the rows shelf. Again, the same report of 100 records coming from our underlying database. All right, now we're ready to implement the random sampling technique that's provided at the extract level. So we're back in version 10.5. All you have to do is from the top of the data pane, just right click on your data source connection, choose extract data, and then right here at the bottom under the number of rows section, you'll see sample option. You can choose any number of rows or a certain percent of your data coming from your live database. Well, I'm going to tell Tableau to bring in just 10 records. I'm going to click Extract. And while that's working, well, let me go ahead and save this file, and I'm going to save it to my data sources folder. All right, and I do want to replace an existing file. All right, I'm going to go over to my version of 2019.2. I'm going to repeat the same process. Right click on the data source connection, choose extract data. And at the very bottom of this dialog under number of rows, once again I have the same option. I'm going to choose 10 rows. Again, you can choose rows or a percent. Let me go ahead and tell Tableau to extract the data and to save it. Let me give it a different name. This time I'm going to call it 2019.2 to make sure I do not overwrite my previous file that I created in the 10.5 version. I'm going to click Save. And then my last version was 2020.1, verifying it right up here. I can once again right click and choose Extract Data. But in any of these versions, I could have returned to the data source page, choose extract, yet another way of doing it. All right. And when I choose extract, once I navigate away from the data source page, this is when Tableau is going to stop you and ask you, hey, you need to save this file to your local drive. So once again, I'm going to give it a different name. So I'll call it 2020.1. And I'm going to save that. All right, perfect. Now, let me return to the 10.5 version. Verifying 10.5. Here we have an arbitrary selection of 10 records from our underlying database. And the cool part about having numbered these sentences is I can easily see this is not necessarily a consecutively numbered list of records. So we go from 2, 9, 13, 17, and our last one is 100. Let's check in 2019.2. 2019.2 is a different group of records that were chosen. And then finally, let's go to 2020. Apparently, I didn't finish this one, so let me go ahead. I'll do it this way. Extract data. And for some reason, I guess I didn't set it. That's right. I didn't set the number of rows. So let me go ahead and set it. 10. Extract. All right, and now you see that we have the arbitrary number of rows. Now, all you have to do at this point is each time you want a different set of records, you can just simply refresh. So I'm going to start with 2020 version. Since I'm already here, I'm going to right click. This refresh, folks, is for live data sources. If you want to refresh the data saved in your extract file, you need to navigate to extract submenu and choose the refresh from there. So I'm going to choose refresh, and it's just giving me a warning as to how the refresh operates. It basically dumps everything that exists in that current file and replaces it with a new capture of data from your live data source connection. So I'm going to choose yes here, and you'll see an updated set of arbitrary records. Excuse me. And then I'm going to navigate away from that. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to refresh from the extract submenu. All right. Again, a different set of records will populate. And then finally, I'm going to go to the 10.5 version. The same process. I'm going to repeat. Extract submenu, choose refresh, and I'm going to replace the current content. I hope this was helpful to each of you, and I would like for you to follow us on Twitter at ElevatedLearnin, no G on the end, or please check us out at our website, www.elevatedlearning.com. We have an interactive chat there, so if you need some immediate support, you'd like to speak with someone, please just chat us from our website. Thank you and have a good day.